Thank
the
you.
way. I think it's. You want to say you're creator? I saw the credits are original. Too.
Yeah.
But want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Michelle Alexander. I wrote and I'm in the film.
And I directed it.
And your name?
And I'm Daniel. I'm Daniel David Stewart. Yeah.
And you came up with the idea by yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
I did.
And you presented it to Daniel, and you guys said, "Let's go for it. We just need some balloons in an apartment."
Well, if it was only that easy. Yeah, I actually wrote. This is a collection of. I think I ended up with 10 shorts, all about a girl alone in her apartment and really weird stuff that happens. They're all very weird, and I gave them to Daniel, and I was really ready to make my next short, and I wanted Daniel to direct it. And you read all those scripts, and that's the one you liked the most.
Yeah. It was sort of this. I just read it, and before I didn't think she had thought of me to direct it until after I read them. So I read them, and I was like, I love this. I loved all of them, but this one really stuck out to me, and I was like, I love this, and like, if you're gonna make it, like, you should go like full out and get the right people behind it and all that stuff. And she's like, well, would you want to direct it? And I was like, sure. And then she was like,
and then he was stuck.
And then I was stuck. And then no. And then she was like, "Can we do it? Do you think we could do it in 3 weeks? Like, get ready for it and then shoot it within 3 weeks?" And I was like, "Sure." And then we, which was very ambitious, I think. And yeah, so I basically lived at a Michaels and craft stores for about Joanne Fabrics for like 50 million years. A place called LA Balloons in Atwater Village. Went there a lot.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect that, like, oh yeah, like balloons are really reflective, and so finding a balloon that you can actually shoot and not see the camera in is tricky. And yeah, it's just the weird things you don't think of. So
Totally.
yeah.
Sounds like a collection of shorts. I hope you make them all. The weird things happening, but I'm so impressed by this because it starts off and it's whimsical, and it's funny, and it's fun, and then it starts to turn, and then the series and then it gets creepy, and then it pretty much becomes a horror movie.
Yeah, we've gotten into a bunch of horror festivals, which I'm really proud of because like I wrote it as a comedy that gets very weird, but it did really well at horror festivals too.
I would think it's such a fresh breath of air for horror.
Yeah.
Scary balloons.
Yeah.
Scary heart balloons.
Side note, my brother is terrified of balloons, really randomly, which was not an impetus for this at all. Afterwards, I just realized while we were making it, I was like, oh wait, my brother is terrified of balloons.
He's creeped out.
So it's a real thing that people can be really terrified of balloons. It was really cool kind of seeing, it was all there on the page really at the beginning, like Michelle. I think that was the best part about it, is that reading it, it's like 2.5 pages or whatever, the length of the short when you're reading it. And I was like, in 2.5 pages, you went on this insane journey. And I was like, this is, fucking incredible. Let's do this. So, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, well, let me open it up to you guys. Is there a hand? I see a hand. There we go.
So there are more of us that are terrified of balloons than you might.
Yes!
Think.
Yes!
I mean, I'm so sorry, but
that's terrifying, but yeah.
What's that called? I don't even know, but it's weird, admittedly. So how difficult was it to find, dare I say it, the character of the balloons with all the motion and the movement, and because it seemed to fit really well.
Yeah, it was tricky. It was a kind of, as I said, like, I really, I bought so many balloons, and I'd always, from the beginning, I don't even know if it was written, I think it was written as a heart-shaped balloon.
It was.
But Michelle was like, it could be any balloon, but I'm like, no, it has to be a heart-shaped balloon. So that was like a thing for me where it was, and they had all these balloons that were actually had smiley faces on them already and all these things, but it was one of these things where we had thought to have, I have some really incredible artist friends who help make the eyebrows for the balloons and stuff, but we initially had thought, oh, we're gonna maybe make some mouths for the balloons and different things, and then Michelle sort of realized that
they're creepiest.
It's best when it's just when you
and eyebrows.
Yeah, when it's
Yeah.
just the eyes and you have no other, it kind of allows you, the audience, to read whatever they want into it.
Yeah.
And I think it helped the journey of her character so well because it allows her to read, is the balloon malicious or is it just trying to party? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so...
But movement-wise, we had like half a dozen of them floating around our apartment leading up to this film, and we just spend time. One of us would be like, "Does this look like it's dancing?" Like pulling on the string and stuff. And you're like, "No, try again." So we rigged it up with like when it runs down the hallway at the end, we rigged it up with fishing line. And so we would just be like pulling it in different ways, trying to make it dance or swoop or run. Like, and Daniel did it all. He directed and puppeteered.
I was the
thing.
puppeteer as well. So yeah, I got to the point like halfway through the shoot where I'm like, let's just put the monitor down on the floor, and then I'm on the floor dancing the balloon and making it, flipping it and doing all this stuff. And I had a puppeteer friend that I got together with, and I was like, what should I do here? What do you think? And we just kind of played around at her house for a bit and like tried different things and got like invisible wire and line and stuff, and I would try alone in my apartment like a crazy person for hours going, well, if I put this hook on the bathtub and then this hook on this part of the tile floor and then I maneuver it like this, then I could get the balloon to dance back and forth like this. And I'd do that for like 3 hours, straight of doing that. And all I could think the whole time is like, oh my gosh, if anybody was looking in on this, they would think this is the saddest, craziest man that's ever existed.
Like
in life.
one of the hardest moving the balloon shots was actually at the end of the credits when they're all moving. It's our, you can't see the floor, but it's our crew and me, and we all have balloons tied to our legs and our hands, and we're all just doing this on the floor. And it was our very, very final shot at like 11 p.m.
Because we had gone over time by like an hour and a half, and you're just trying to get everyone out, and you're like thanking everyone a million times over, and so we got to the end of the shots, and we're like, okay, everyone down on the floor, grab a balloon, let's try to make it look good in the shot. And my DP was so incredibly helpful through the whole process as well. He was basically acted as an AD as well, so. Yeah.
And by the way, it popped in my head to compliment you because I find her performance like Chaplin-esque because it's a silent performance that covers a huge range of emotion, and I think you're fantastic in it.
Thank you.
And it's easy to pay attention to the balloons, but she was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I acted with a balloon, which is harder than I first anticipated.
Yeah.
And
and you express so much emotion without words.
Thank you.
So, well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
There's a lot of hands there.
Question for Michelle. Yes, just backing off of this. You're one of my breakout stars this evening. Is there anything else that I can watch you in, that I can find you in?
What can you find me in right now? I think I'm still on The Expanse. That's on Amazon.
Okay.
Trying to think of what else is still up. And I'm in the first season of Designated Survivor on Netflix. That's stuff that's existing right now. And I mean, I know you just watched this bad boy, but this pops up online in the new year.
Well, where else can I follow you? Instagram, Twitter, where can I?
Yeah,
follow
Instagram. I could tell you all this later. This feels weird doing in Q&A.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'll
Michelle.
I'll leave it on the side if you don't
No,
mind.
it's okay. The Michelle Alex is my Instagram,
Okay.
and Blowout Film is our film Instagram.
We have film on Instagram. Great, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And there was one up there. Yeah.
I have been spying on y'all through the window, and I just feel like it's really great to finally realize that you're not crazy.
Oh yeah, thank you.
No, I was gonna compliment you on your acting, so then I just said something stupid. So,
No.
I got beat to that, but no, anyway, I haven't been looking in yet.
Yeah, I will say, I think that was it was terrifying actually, because we're like a boyfriend, girlfriend. The reation why that took a minute is because we
We've been together a long time.
We've
We're
been together a
okay.
long time,
Yeah.
and we feel so much closer than boyfriend and girlfriend that whenever I have to say it, I'm like, oh, that sounds so dumb when it comes out of my mouth. It feels like so much more, you know.
By the way, I'm exactly the same. I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
7 years, girlfriend.
Yeah, like what do you eat what?
F, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah.
weird thing. So, no, but that was the thing. I think it was terrifying for me going into this, because I was like, I love her so much, and I love the writing so much, and I admire her so much as a performer and everything else, that I was like, I wanted to do good by her, and I like putting her through the ringer, and and seeing her do this sort of chaplain-esque kind of stuff, I think was the greatest terrifying joy for me as I got through the end, and I was so grateful she trusted me through the process, because she's a rock star. So yeah.
Cool.
Where did the story come from?
So last year I was I'll try to make it short. Last year I was writing on I'm Canadian. I was writing remotely from here for a Canadian TV show that had a very, very quick turnaround, and I was working with transcripts. So I was just in my apartment alone reading ghost stories for like hours and hours and hours, which sounds like a delightful time, but you quickly hit writer's block, or I did, and so one, I went a little crazy because I was spending too much time alone in my apartment, and Daniel had these birthday balloons that were still floating around our apartment, and it had been like a month, and they were still alive. Like the helium had not gone down. And I was like, what is up? And we have a very small apartment. I was like, what is up with those balloons? Like, why are they still here? And I started talking to them, because I'm weird, while I was writing. And then the third part of this was I was hitting writer's block, and I was missing my own weird voice as a writer. So I started writing these weird shorts, and it's actually started with not a balloon one, but those things wouldn't die. So eventually I wrote the balloon one. Yeah.
And we would wake up at maybe 2:00 in the morning sometimes, and the balloons, which we would sequester in one part of the apartment, would be like up against the bed right there. And you'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, they started to lose helium, and they're just sort of like
They got to that level where they're just like, they'd like bob closer and closer to you, and they look like they're alive, and then you'd wake up and you'd go, the worst is that they go into like the hallway that leads to the bathroom, which you can't see from the bed, and they just do it in the middle of the night. So then you'd wake up and you'd go to the hallway, and there'd just be this balloon right in the middle of the thing that was not there like hours before. Oh my gosh.
So a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry to sound franchisey, but you really got to shoot that.
Oh, what?
A sequel to that.
Oh, the sequel.
That right there, just like that would be awesome.
Totally.
Yeah,
Agreed.
exactly. The making of the making of, very meta.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much. We actually have to bring out the
Oh,
next
Of course.
scene.
Thank
But,
you.
Thanks so much.